As you know, I'm Cleopatra Wallace, and this video is about Telvin Osborne. So I'm going to hit y'all with the disclaimer, and then we're going to watch this little video. Let's get her face in the frame so we can see who we're talking about. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for the fair use for the purpose such as criticism, commentary, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and or research. Fair use is a use that is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All right, so let's hear what the man has to say.
Manslaughter. It happened Sunday on 4 Points Road in Waynesboro. Investigators say Hannah Cobb had some sort of altercation with Telvin Osborne when a gun went off and Osborne got shot. He was pronounced dead at the scene. The sheriff, Alfonso Williams, says they're still getting search warrants, but he says this shooting was not accidental and Cobb could face more charges.
The offenses committed leading up to the discharge of the firearm included simple battery, family violence, and reckless conduct. It is reckless to go out and get drunk and then introduce a firearm into an argument. It is reckless to engage in an argument where there's pushing and shoving going on. And those are the predicate charges for the charge of involuntary manslaughter.
Hannah Cobb there remains in the Burke County Jail.
All right.
Trust News Nation to bring you the days.
So let's go over to this one. Oh, that's them right there. You know, this was a pretty nice picture. Let's see what they say. Burke County authorities are promising to keep the community informed on the developments surrounding the tragic shooting death of a local father early Sunday morning. The incident, which took place in the 800 block of the 4 Points Road near Waynesboro, and that's important because, you know, that's the zip code, near Waynesboro, is under investigation by Burke County Sheriff's Office. At approximately 5:45 on Sunday, all right, make a note of the time, 5:45. So we're gonna go a full hour before the shooting. So we're gonna tap in at around 4:30 a.m. But all right, at 5:45 a.m. on Sunday, deputies responded to reports of a shooting and arrived to find 30-year-old Telvin Telbo Rackins Osborne in the master bedroom, having suffered a single gunshot wound to the chest. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Osborne's live-in. I'm about to say, because what they say, alive? He just said he got shot. Osborne's live-in girlfriend and the mother of his two children, 28-year-old Hannah Cobb, is cooperating with the investigation. According to the sheriff's office, details of the incident were withheld out of respect for the victim's family until they were properly notified. The Criminal Investigation Division is actively working to, why am I reading it like that? Actively working to gather all the facts, as a press release says. The Sheriff's Office has stated that they are committed to keeping the public informed as the investigation unfolds while maintaining respect to the families involved. However, the case has gained significant attention online. News of Osborne's death has sparked a viral post, particularly one from his brother, Roger Osborne Williams, who shared his thoughts on Facebook. The post, which had garnered nearly 400 shares and over 150 comments, that's really not a lot. 400 shares and 150 comments, that's not a lot. I mean, I've never had a video with 400 shares, but still, somebody has died. 400 shares is not a lot. And over 150 comments alleges that Cobb killed Osborne after a night out at the club. Williams claims that Cobb told authorities that she had been cleaning her gun when it discharged, resulting in the fatal wound. He further expressed frustration that Cobb had not been arrested, suggesting racial bias in the handling of the case. Right, because they were saying that they really didn't want to arrest her. That's why it's involuntary manslaughter. You get involuntary manslaughter when you accidentally run over somebody on the bike because you look down for 1 second and you didn't mean to kill nobody. It was happenstance. It was there at the wrong time. So those are usually people who get involuntary manslaughter. It's something like that, like like say you're a construction worker and everything wasn't latched just right, like one little screw wasn't screwed in all the way. So something fell and now one of your other cocoa workers. What is wrong with me? Now one of your other co-workers is dead, but you ain't mean to kill him. Y'all all on the job, you're moving too fast. That's involuntary manslaughter. Coming home from a night of drinking and shooting your boyfriend, they should have did better with a crime of passion. But all right, I done lost my place. Let's go start here. It sounds like a racist movie Williams wrote. Anybody out there knowing something doesn't sound right? Right. Anybody out there knows that something doesn't sound right about that? The sheriff's office has yet to comment on the viral post of Williams' allegations. Waynesboro, Georgia. Okay, so this is good. So far we have gathered that we want to go there at 4:30 a.m. We are wanting to go to Georgia, Burke County in Georgia. The zip code is 30816. The shooting happened, it took place Sunday, February 23rd at 5:45 a.m. We're in the 800 block of the 4 Points Road. I wonder if it was a house or an apartment. We're going to dig deeper. All right. After receiving a report of a shooting approximately at 5:45 a.m. Sunday, February 23rd, deputies responded to the 800 block of 4 Points Road upon arrival. Investigators discovered a 30-year-old Telvin Osborne in the master bedroom with a single gunshot wound to the chest. I feel like did I just read this one? He was pronounced dead at the hospital. Deputies made contact with the complainant Hannah Cobb, who is cooperating with the investigation out of respect for the victim's family. Details, I think I just read this one. The BCSO criminal investigation. You know what? Let's go back and see if we can get another video. Let me refresh this page. I don't want to watch another YouTube video because I'm making a YouTube video. What? Definitely ain't going on TikTok. I don't even have a TikTok. All right, I was wanting something from the news, but it's just a whole bunch of content creators. Let's go back up and see if we can do just the news. Interracial incident, Georgia white woman charged with manslaughter after accidentally shooting black baby daddy. Why they had to say it like that after shooting the black baby daddy? What? All right, we're going to just look at one more and then we're going to call Spirit in and we can go there for our own self to see exactly what went on. I'm not about to read all this again. This content is only available to subscribers. Well, I guess I'm not going to be seeing it because I'm not subscribing. Okay, let's go to this one. 911 call has been released. and Burke County fatal shooting. They said she was at the club wilding out right before
We've
she did this. Hold on.
got new details in a deadly shooting out of Burke County, and a suspect is now behind bars tonight.
Burke County deputies say this happened just before 6 o'clock Sunday morning at a home in Keysville. There, investigators found the body of 30-year-old Telvin Osborne, who was later pronounced dead from a gunshot wound to the
Wait a minute.
chest.
Wait,
And today,
wait a minute.
25-year-old Hannah.
Hold on. Did she say Keysville? I don't have nothing about Keysville written down. Where's my pen? I left the pen down. All right, Keysville.
Was arrested and charged with felony involuntary manslaughter. Authorities say she's the one who notified authorities about this shooting. Now this afternoon, Burke County Sheriff Alfonso Williams held a news conference with details about this case.
A new mugshot released for 25-year-old Hannah Cobb, facing felony involuntary manslaughter charges in the shooting death of 30-year-old Telvin Osborne. This after the community and social media erupted this week after no immediate arrest was made in this case. At the home, they found 30-year-old Telvin Osborne shot in the upper chest. Deputies say the suspect, Hannah Cobb, called deputies and was applying pressure to the wound when they arrived. Cobb told deputies her and Osborne had been out all night and recently got home. Cobb told deputies in the report she was checking her firearm, as they do every night. That's when the gun went off, hitting Osborne. Cobb told deputies she thought the gun was on safe while checking it.
The case required a considerable amount of time and attention to detail, ensuring that there was a comprehensive inquiry, a thorough sifting of the evidence, and we have filed appropriate charges.
According to Sheriff Alfonso Williams, there's been misinformation spread about the case, including the suspect cleaning the weapon when it went off.
At no point during the investigation was there any information about a person cleaning a weapon.
He did say alcohol was involved in the shooting, and they're not listing this as accidental. He also said there was an altercation with some, quote, pushing and shoving before the incident happened.
It is reckless to go out and get drunk and then introduce a firearm into an argument.
I asked the sheriff if Cobb turned herself in or if deputies went to get her. The sheriff said they made arrangements with her to pick her up. Osborne's family tells us the 30-year-old worked out at Savannah Riverside, but often loved to fish, hunt, and raise animals. He was a father of two who they say loved his entire family.
This case is being treated as a homicide, and some family members felt the sheriff's office wasn't doing enough. Right now, the sheriff said more charges could be a possibility or charges could be upgraded. The sheriff said they have not responded to that home for other incidents in the past. We'll continue to follow this and bring you updates as we learn more.
All right. So let's go back over here and then, because they were saying that he had some really spicy content that he had been putting on the internet, being racial. And this reminds me of that case where the OnlyFans model had killed her boyfriend, had stabbed him. All right, so this is the zip code over here, 4 Points Road, 30816. So the date will be February the 23rd. We want to start at 4:30 in the morning and go clear through to 6. So we start at 4:30 in the morning, 5:30. Altogether, we're going to be there for about 1 hour and 20 minutes, starting at 4:30, going through to 6 a.m. All right, the 800 block of 4 Points Road, Georgia. But when he said Keysville, let's see if we can find it, if I was hearing that right. Is Keysville a real place? Oh, it is. Okay, it's the same zip code, 30816. So I guess that's like the little town. Like I live in Rochester, New York. That's the name of their city. I left every single pen in the world in my bedroom. Every one of them. All right, so we're going to be in Keysville, Georgia, which is in Burke County on Sunday, February the 23rd. We're going to get there at 4:30 in the morning. We're going to leave at 6 in the morning. Zip code 30816. We are going to be with Telvin Osborne, who was 30 years old, and Hannah Cobbs, who is, she's still alive, who is 28 years old. All right, I think we got it. I think we got it together. Let's call Spirit in here. All right. All right. Let's go. Holy angels, spirit guides, and ancestors, gather around because tonight we want to go to Keysville, Georgia. We are looking into the case of Telvin Osborne, 30 years old, and Hannah Cobb, who is 28 years old. All right, so I have some cards up here that I have already shuffled and gotten ready. I'm going to set them down here for now. I really want to begin with the Omega Land deck. All right, and we will clarify what any card Spirit wants to clarify with. All right, so Spirit guides, holy angels, and ancestors, gather around because we are wanting to go to Keysville, Georgia. The zip code 30816. We are located in the 800 block of 4 Points Road. And this is Keysville, Georgia. We want to get there we want to be there from 4:30 a.m. on to 6 a.m. We're in the 800 block of 4 Points Road, Burke County. Burke County. Keysville, Georgia. We are with the energy of Telvin Osborne. He's 30 years old. He is located within the 800 block of 4 Points Road between the hours of 4:30 a.m. and 6 a.m. He is there with Hannah Cobbs, 28-year-old. She's also in the 800 block of 4 Points Road. Zip code 30816. We are between the hours of 4:30 a.m. and 6 a.m. The date is February the 23rd. We're between the hours of 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. I think we should switch decks.
We'll take a 5-minute recess without this. Well, then y'all better focus.
I'm always going to reach for this Edgar Allan Poe deck. Y'all got to know that. So, let's see. We'll look around. We're going to try the Alice Tarot first. But if it don't pop immediately, I'm coming back to the Edgar Allan Poe deck. We are in Burke County, which is located in Georgia, Keysville, Georgia to be exact. Zip code 30816. Oop, no, that's too many. And speaking of too many, I'm going to do the thing. If the cards fall to the floor, I only read the ones that fall face down. I like to start with 3 or more. If too many cards come out, I will take the top and the bottom. And if a card comes out in reverse, I'm just going to turn it around. All right, so we are, you know what? Maybe we should pick an energy, because right now we're just going off the place. I guess if we're going to pick an energy, we're going to pick the energy that's alive. So, we are with Hannah Cobbs, 28-year-old. Well, between the hours of 4:30 a.m. and 6 a.m., we're in the 800 block of 4 Points Road. Telvin Osborne, who is 30 years old, is also there in Keysville, Georgia. Ooh. All right, so we have our first card. All right, so we are there between the hours of 4:30 a.m. and 6 a.m. Keysville, Georgia. We are with Telvin Osborne. Oh. All right. It was just there all of a sudden. We are with Telvin Osborne and Hannah Cobb. Wait a minute now. It's just quite a bit, so I'm going to take the top and the bottom. Oh, wait, look, it's one that snuck in. This is 2. All right. So that one just wanted to be in there. All right, so we have our 4 cards. All right, the first card out is the 6 of Pentacles. So as I'm looking at the card, I'm noticing like all of these little lines. These are, as the, I think they call it threads. Threads, like you have text messages and, you know, Discord, the platform. But a lot of different lines of communication. Tapped in. As you can see, the way her arm turns into this branch right here. The phrase tapped in. And when you're tapped in, you know, it's on your timeline too. All right, so let's ask some questions about what was found out in this information. right, Spirit, as you know, we are with Hannah Cobbs, 28 years old. Her and her boyfriend, Telvin Osborne, they got into a disagreement on February the 23rd between the hours of 4:30 a.m. and 6 a.m. We are in a, oh, it stopped right there. How perfect is that? I didn't have to chase it. All right, so, the Queen of Pentacles came out. So this is Hannah's energy. Well, I'm glad we chose her, right? To be the energy leading this. So I guess she is tapped in. So one of them can see the other one's threads. I think that's what they call threads, like a text thread where you can see a whole conversation. Well, since we got her here, let's ask some questions. All right. And we are going to ask the questions from the Beauty of Horror deck. All right. It is between 4:30 a.m. and 6 a.m. We're in the 800 block of 4 Points Road in Keysville, Georgia, which is located inside of Burke County. Hannah Cobbs is there with her boyfriend and the father of her children. Can you give me her energy at the time that she arrived at home between 4:30 and 6 a.m. in the zip code of 30816? I wanted to know Hannah Cobb's energy on February 23rd. All right, so we got 2 cards. All right. Whoa, the Knight of Swords. You know, the Knight of Swords is spicy, very spicy person. Because he already got the information from the Page of Swords. You know, the Page of Swords is a spy. Oh my goodness. And the King of Pentacles. So this is what her energy was consisting of on February the 23rd. Let's see what's here. This person here, this is another gentleman. Well, as we see it's a man, but this is the spirit says a suitor. And a suitor is like a, somebody who wants to date you. And I guess he's doing pretty well off. Because he is, the King of Pentacles in here. So there is another man in her energy. The Knight of Swords here. He doesn't even have a head. It's missing. It's like if you are completely not thinking with your head at all, like you're not seeing this stuff through, you are absent-minded is being thrown around. All right, so this other guy, I guess, has her absent-minded. They're saying digmatized. We all know what that means. All right, so let's see what the next card is. The battle. Wait, is it? I guess. I don't know if it was backwards. I think it is backwards, but it says the battle. One of them spit at each other. And you know, that's what, you know, when people get real disrespectful, that's what, you know, once people start spitting, that, I don't even let it get that far.
To myself, man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
But you see this little bit of saliva going from over here to over there? That's one of them spit at the other one. I think that's such a ancient disrespect. They was probably doing that back in Bible days. When you get mad at somebody, you just spit at them. I think it's childish, and it's against the law. It's aggravated assault with bodily fluid, something like that. That shit's illegal. Don't be spitting on each other. But since we are in the heat of the battle, let's see what got us here. All right. All right, and to see what the big fight was all about. Wait, can you see? To see what the big fight is all about, we are going to start out with the spider deck. We are with Hannah Cobbs, 28 years old. Inside, sometimes these shorter decks be hard to shuffle, but I want to use these ones. We are with Hannah Cobbs, 28 years old. We're in 800 block of 4 Points Road, Keysville, Georgia. Keysville, Georgia. Burke County, 800 block of 4 Points Road, 30816. We are with Hannah Cobbs and her boyfriend Telvin. They have seemed to be into a pretty heated argument, a battle. Oh, this loyalty. I hate that it's backwards, but yeah, loyalty. So this is like you know, I done been good to you. I done did everything I can do. You know, you was my only one. What? So as we know from the post that this would be his feelings. All right. So at least we know what the big fight was about now. He must have found out about this person. And that's a problem. All right. Let's see if we can get her energy. Well, we already got her energy, but you know, she don't got her head on her shoulders, right? But let's just ask at the beginning of the battle to see what her energy is about. Because that's the energy that we're leading off of on this read. All right, Spirit, you've shown me Telvin and... Sorry, my phone. You shown me Telvin and Hannah's argument that they had on February 23rd between the hours of 4:30 a.m. and 6 a.m. The zip code 30816. Messages have been discovered, and there are talks of infidelity. What is Hannah Cobb's energy like at the beginning of this? Oh, I didn't like the way they fell. And it's too many of them. What is Hannah Cobb's energy like between the hours of 4:30 a.m. and 6 a.m. February 23rd, zip code 30816. We are in the 800 block of 4 Points Road. All right. And this is what her energy is like. Damn, trash. Sometimes Spirit can be mean. You see all the garbage around him? Her energy is trash. All right, so let's move along. We still have 3 cards left. Ooh, the lone and level sands.
We'll take a 5-minute recess without objection. Well, then y'all better focus.
This is like you see how it's like halfway disappeared? A few more windstorms, and it's going to be completely covered up. And it doesn't matter how great it was or the purpose of it is, it's old news. Something else is going to build on top of this sand, and you know, you're going to be forgotten about. All right, let's see. All right, so we're going to go to the Elements Tarot. Spirit, as you know, we are in the 800 block of 4 Points Road. We're between the hours of 4:30 a.m. and 6 a.m. Zip code 30816. We are with Telvin Osborne and Hannah Cobbs. There are feelings of insecurity, feelings of losing, being forgotten about, being covered over. Who has these? Oops. All right. Let's see. It fell upside down. Whew. The performer. And in this deck, the performer is, you know how like somebody been putting on a show, or not only that, but the feeling of somebody placating you, because the performer can perform really well, but eventually, you know, the show's over. But this energy of this performer is interesting enough. It's not Hannah's energy or Telvin's energy. The performer person is this other guy who's, you know, I guess allegedly this other guy that Hannah was being with. He's the performer. And like all magicians, you know, you can make people believe whatever you want them to believe because you're just putting on a show. Like a master manipulator, definitely somebody. You ever heard people say, oh, you didn't meet the real them, that's just a representative? Like that. But whatever he was selling was strong enough to make her return home and unalive her boyfriend when he discovered the messages or whatever, you know, these threads of communication was. But I guess we did what I said earlier, stigmatized. He was putting on a hell of a show. All right, so we have 2 more cards left. Again, he back again. His energy is thick. Look, it's him again in a different outfit. And pages are all about messages. So I guess even after she had got home from the bar that night, her and this other guy were still sending messages and signals back and forth to each other. Since he here 2 times over. Let's see what his energy. Well, we see what his energy is like. Let's see where his mind is at. And these cards worked out good. I used them in the mirror video about the young mirror. That was unexpected. So we're gonna use the shadow deck. All right, Spirit. I don't have the guy's name, but the person, the male energy that was sending communications back and forth to Hannah, the guy that was, I guess, her new love interest and was, you know, gassing her up to just, you know, do what you gotta do to get free. The performer, the one who could talk a really good game. Can you give me, what was his energy like between the hours of 4:30 a.m. and 6 a.m.? He is in Keysville, Georgia, Burke County, but he's not in the 800 block of 4 Points. But he is on her phone. What is his energy like? The other man. Wow. Y'all can't wait for me to say what was his energy like? Ooh. See, I told you. Masquerading. And we all know what masquerading means, like performing. Yeah. I'm going to have to start using the shadow deck more. I wonder if I can make it be... No, if I stop it, we'll never get back to this point. So I think it might be in reverse, the writing. But guilt complex is this one. So now he feel bad These are the two cards that came out on the performer's energy, the other man. Masquerading, and now a guilt complex. Look at all the different faces. Well, what a tangled web they weaved. All right, so we got one more card. Nope. It's the same. It's the inside out card. This is like the yin and the yang and all of that all at one time. This is, to me, this card here, the way it goes back and forth, it's like if the shoe was on the other foot. This is what it'll look like. So, well, let's see. If the shoe was on the other foot, what would happen? He would have found somebody else to be with, and then she would have been mad. I don't know why you have this. For some, I don't understand if the shoe was on the other foot card. Let's ask about it. Let's clarify it. All right, and to clarify it, we are going to use the Dark Mansion. All right, Spirit, we are in the 800 block of 4 Points Road. The date is Sunday, February the 23rd, 2025. We are between the hours of 4:30 a.m. and 6 a.m. Zip code 30816. We are with Telvin Osborne and Hannah Cobbs. They've had a very big disagreement. What would have happened if the shoe was on the other foot and it was Telvin who was staying out all night? What would have happened if the shoe was on the other foot? Ooh. It's him. The Page of Wands. This is him. This is the Page of Wands. It's him. If the shoe was on the other foot, she wouldn't have cared about him cheating because she was already cheating. If you found this video interesting, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel because who knows what's going to happen next. And I'm going to edit this video a lot, so that's going to be fun.